I think I'm going to go through the boat exhibit. Fabulous 50s fiberglass boats with fins. Trailer with a boat on top. (1961) Trailor boat. One of a kind 1960 Rheinell jet flight. A mix of jet age with its big jet intake on the sides and the fins and the tail lights of a 59 Chevy. The majority of the 56 to 1960 fiberglass boats with fins and car features are extinct. They were destroyed when they came out with new looking speedboats from the 60s and 70s. (1957) Redfish Capri. Car features: large tail fins, hard top, large car vents on hood. 1950s car spotlight. This says it's a 1959 Redfish Shark Capri. A little different from the sign. Okay, into showroom number 3. Iron lung. Guy doesn't look too happy because he's lost his pants. You can pay extra to go to the Crime and Punishment Museum. Showroom 3 is supposed to be TV and movie cars, bizarre cars, and some additional collector cars for sale. Was this like a movie car from The Mask? Kind of looks like it. I haven't seen the movie in a while. Or Tim versus Loki. Yeah, it's not The Mask, it's Tim versus Loki. A movie I've never heard of. And a Barbie car from Epcot Cruise around Epcot in Barbie's Cadillac. '74 custom-built Cadillac, Elvis Presley. All right, 1967 Mercury Cougar. '55 Chevy Handyman. Car from Knight Rider. No particular signage for this. A Back to the Future car without any dedicated signage. One of many. And the family truckster. Got on bed and on top in her blanket. It's a nice touch. Indiana Jones. Military wheeled amphibious landing craft made by General Motors Corporation. A maintenance vehicle from the Alien movie, 1979 Nostromo, 1979 Nostromo survey buggy. '68 Chevy Corvette L89. '66 Chevy Chevelle Malibu. '68 Dodge Dart GT. '57 Chevrolet 150 utility sedan. '70 Buick GS 455. '49 Ford Custom Woody Wagon. Complete with surfboard. 55 Chevy Handyman. Okay, we already saw that one. So I'm going to cut over and run this row. '68 Buick GS 400. An El Camino, no sign. No sign on this guy. '79 Dodge Little Red Express. '65 Chevrolet K10 Suburban with winch. No sign. It's a Camaro though, Camaro SS. '69 Chevrolet Camaro RS. Already saw that guy. Okay. No sign. '63 Dodge Coronet 330. '69 Pontiac GTO Ram Air 4. Bonneville. '69 Chevrolet Chevelle. '63 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. '74 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. '61 Pontiac Bonneville. '64 Mercury Comet Caliente. Thank you. '57 Chevrolet 210. '71 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454. '71 Chevrolet Chevelle. Johnny Cash. Guitar car. Appears to be a drag racer of sorts, but whether it was actually used that way, I don't know. Let's see what it says. The Johnny Cash Guitar. Miami Vice car. (1959) Corvette from Animal House. Batmobile, original TV show version. Along with the Bat computer, apparently. Batman TV series 1966 Batmobile. This is an original licensed George Barris Batmobile. Very few legit Batmobiles were ever built that legally carry the trademark name Batmobile and wear the trademark Bat logos. This is not a replica. The number 1 Batmobile was built from a 1955 Lincoln Futura concept car that was modified by famed Hollywood car designer and customizer, I think it means to say, George Barris. Barris had pulled molds off that car to produce an additional 13 Batmobiles. The number 1 Batmobile had recently sold for an astonishing $4.6 million. This is Batmobile number 14. Of the Barris-built Batmobiles, this one closest imitates car number 1 in detail and authenticity. It has been autographed by George Barris and Adam West. That would be Adam West there, and I guess that's George Barris's. And this is a car from Greece. (1946) Ford, known as Grease Lightning. Munster coach. The Dragula. I never really watched the Munsters, but I always had to appreciate Fred Gwynne, whose best performance, in my humble opinion, is in My Cousin Vinny as the judge. And Christine from the movie of that name. Time for lunch before I go on to showrooms 4 and 5. Really just a bunch of barns strung out and connected by walkways and breezeways and so on. Various offices for sales and buyers. Okay, it's after lunch. I've scarfed down a couple of pieces of pizza. Place has gotten fairly busy. Travel and lodging, campers and RVs.
The typical journey by covered wagon was 5 months long. Enough supplies needed to be packed to last the whole journey. Some of the food items needed consisted of flour, salt, sugar, coffee, dried beans, dried fruit, and vegetables. Bacon, dried beef, and salt pork were also available all the way. They only average 5 to 9 miles per hour, which is equal to a quick walk. They had to stop to change the horses every couple of hours. Drivers were changed every 60 miles. A total of 120 miles were traveled per day. Mail got priority over luggage. Luggage was sometimes left behind. Getting the mail through was the main purpose of the stage run. Passengers were only a side note. No one rode for free. Not even John Wayne has or couples looking for romantic rendezvous to discourage this sort of activity.
We're gonna see the RV. Oh.
Beach, New Hampshire, opened in 1935, still exists today. By 1936, an estimated 300,000 Americans live in trailers. To some, that's a worrisome trend.
1/2 of the population of the United States will be living in automobile trailers within 20 years.
But struggling Americans love their trailers. They enable people to get away from it all. Money. An RV can be yours starting from $395.
I don't know if that
In 19
narrow area is the privy or what.
117. 5 years later, his company is producing 1,000 a month. Each is equipped with conveniences like a bathtub, stove, and even ice boxes. Top-of-the-line models feature a telephone intercom to your chauffeur. By 1936, trailer manufacture is America's fastest growing industry, with up to 400 competing companies. But some of that growth is spurred by insecurity. The Depression wipes out thousands of homeowners. Foreclosures become commonplace. Sales of new homes collapse. The travel trailer offers an affordable housing alternative. It's cheaper than bricks and mortar and removes the pressures of rent, mortgage, and property taxes. In Detroit, car designer William B. Stout introduces a larger all-metal trailer, which he names a mobile home. It can be permanently fixed to a concrete base, and Stout believes it provides a solution to those who can't afford a house. By 1936, the number of trailer camps in America has grown to 15,000, complete with utilities like electricity. They create new semi-permanent communities across the country. The era of the trailer park has begun. And parks like this one, in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, opened in 1935, still exists
Got a
today.
1984 Columbia Expert. Well, it says Columbia Expert, Columbia Light Roadster.
To some, that's a worrisome trend.
1/2 of the population of the United States.
In 1931, Sherman sells 117. 5 years later, his company is producing 1,000 a month. Each is equipped with conveniences like a bathtub, stove, and even ice boxes. Top-of-the-line models feature a telephone intercom to your chauffeur. 1936, trailer manufacturer is
I guess that's the washroom.
up to 400 competing companies. But some of it is spurred by insecurity. The Depression wipes out thousands of homeowners. Foreclosures become commonplace. Sales of new homes collapse. The trailer offers an affordable housing alternative. It's cheaper than bricks and mortar and removes the pressures of rent, mortgage, and property taxes. Hard design of bringing these out uses a larger all-metal trailer, which means a mobile home. It can be further fixed on the It's not an easy provides a solution to those who have problems. By 1946, the number of trailer camps in America has grown to 15,000. Complete with utilities and electricity, and create new self-fulfilling communities across the country. The trailer park is begun. Folks like this one, Anthem Beach, New Hampshire, opened in 1935, still exists today. In 1936, an estimated 400,000 Americans lived in trailers. To some, that's embracing trouble.
1/2 of the population of the United States will be living in automobile trailers within 20 years.
But struggling Americans love their trailers. They enable people to get away from home. Look, an RV can be yours starting from $395. In 1931, Sherman sells 117. 5 years later, his company is producing 1,000 a month. Each is equipped with conveniences like a bathtub, stove, and even iceboxes. Top-of-the-line models feature a telephone intercom to your chauffeur. By 1936, trailer manufacture is America's fastest growing industry, with up to 400 competing companies.
I'd meant to get the tour of this thing. Have to push a button.
The typical tourist cabin was modest with a double bed, a table and chairs, a small wood-burning stove, and a wash basin. Many cabins were located near a river or pond for bathing and washing clothes. While the privacy of the motor cabin might afford the traveler a good night's sleep, it also tended to encourage some illicit activity. None other than the FBI director, J. Edgar Hoover himself, referred to the tourist cabins as camps of crime. And while it is true that gangsters like John Dillinger and Bonnie and Clyde were known to hide out in them between their crime sprees, that was not the only shady use for them. They were also used by the hot pillow trade, by ladies of ill repute, or couples looking for a romantic rendezvous. Every respectable manager made a point of not renting to questionable couples or the local residents to discourage this sort of activity.
1949 Spartan. In 1949, a wealthy Texas tycoon special ordered this bus to be built as an RV, the only one of its kind. The only problem, the company went out of business before completing the order. One of the company's engineers purchased the unfinished project and finished it for his family to use. After returning from a family vacation in the mid-60s, the bus was parked. Its owner passed away. No one ever entered the bus again until 2016, when we purchased it from the owner's son, who is now in his 70s. It is a time capsule. Even the toiletries were still in it from their last vacation. We invite you to take a walk through it. Actually, this is pretty nice. Strong odor of mothballs in here. Wow.
Welcome to the world-famous Polo Museum.
Beds don't look that comfortable.
But we do ask that you do not touch any of the vehicles, as they are rare collectibles. And we want to keep them in pristine condition for our guests interested in purchasing them. Thank you for your respect and cooperation.
Got the cupola up there. A couple of beds. Or you can sit there and look out the windows, I guess. Ladders to get up. $18.95 caboose.
Wait, Marshall, did you go in there?
Brute Boss Hog. The first monster truck built in 1975. 454 to 650 horsepower, 14 feet tall, decked out luxury interior. The Hog has crushed hundreds of cars, pulled down a 2-story house, pulled a 40-car freight train, won a tug of war against 3 monster trucks. So basically a truck rear axle here, set up for duels, I think, and then kitted out with these, whatever they are, tractor tires or something. I think it's a differential, isn't it, that's been pressed into service to make a right angle gearbox. Something similar in the rear.
Dude, you gotta stop! Just die! This is a light rescue. Like that, please. No, it's over here! Drew! Drew! What is this? This is the iPhone. This is the iPhone. No, this is the iPhone. It's really like a
Okay, Showroom 4. Cars of the Rich and Famous, kiddie rides, and Disney Gallery. Thunder Red Racer, 2006 Chevy NASCAR. The Tow-Mater. I think all the cars along this side are Duesenbergs.
As punishment for fouling the air in me restaurant with your foul words, you're gonna give the Krusty Krab a fresh
Very short coupled car that's very tall. I guess it probably needs this. think this is the Cat in the Hatmobile.
Check. Someone from Czechoslovakia today. Check.
Yep. The 2003 super luxurious omnidirectional whatchamajigger, or SLOW for short. I know people who would absolutely wet themselves if they came and saw this. Pedal cars galore. Although I think the Gilmore Museum in Michigan had a lot more of them. It had a whole building full of pedal cars, as I recall. '85 Daimler, the world's first true motorcycle. This is a replica, not an original. 1867 Roper steam motorcycle, the first motorcycle. 1916 Autoped, world's first production motor scooter. 1918 Briggs & Stratton, a motor wheel from 1918. (1938) Cushman Autoglide, first Cushman scooter produced. Has the optional headlight. 4 horsepower Husky engine, very rare. 1912 Shaw. (1949) Indian Stylemaster. 1961 Victoria from Germany. 1939 Whizzer, the first motorbike. 1954 Mabillette, or Mabillette, I don't know. (1959) Ariel Leader. 46 Doodlebug scooter. (1950) Whizzer Sportsman. The way they have the signs produced, placed, it's hard to tell what's what. But I think this is the 50 Whizzers. 57 Triumph Tessie. 1960 Cushman Eagle. 1957 Zundap Bella. '58 Silver Pigeon. '55 Gago scooter. '54 Loner scooter from Austria. These are all Whizzers up here on the top, by the way. '55 Marco Mobile. Germans introduced the first car on two wheels. Extremely rare scooter.
That will take you on a magical journey to a simpler time. But that's not all, folks. No magical experience is complete without the right soundtrack, and yours will be filled with the happiest music on earth from our breathtaking century-old self-playing orchestra. So don't wait, don't debate, don't hesitate. Step right up and be amazed by the
32 Sears tractor.
Oh, really?
36 Handyman garden tractor with riding cart. You can ride as you work. '37 Handyman garden tractor with plow and riding cart. 38 Sears Roebuck Handyman garden tractor. '36 row crop tractor by John Deere. Various plows, corn planter, cultivator, two bottom plow, late 1800s, sickle bar mower, 1940s, tillage disc, 1905. On the other side of that, Sawyer and Massey steam tractor. Emerson antique horse-drawn hay rake converted to tractor pull from 1910. And there's a Fordson set up to do the pulling. 1926 Fordson tractor. So we're looking north now, and there's some of those. Oops. The dinosaurs would have been off in that direction somewhere. What's this, an 8-passenger parade go-kart? Or a shopping cart? And there's a building here with tractors in it. Some Fordsons, Silver King, 1940 Minneapolis Moline, an Oliver 70 set up for row crops, another Fordson 1954 Ford Jubilee, 1953 Ford 8N half-track snowmobile with cab, International diesel bulldozer, International 1936 McCormick Deering, actually, not International Harvester / McCormick Deering. 1937 Farmall. 1938 John Deere Model B. And Alice Chalmers. Don't know the year offhand. I don't see a sign for it. Manure spreader. 48 Alice Chalmers G. John Deere 620 Orchard tractor from 1932, would run on kerosene or gasoline. First production for the Orchard tractor, one of 50 built. A co-op. We had one like this on our family farm in Minnesota. I think this one's in a little nicer condition, but we did take ours on parades. It's the same model. '37 Co-op number 2. Chrysler engine. Headlights are even off a Chrysler car. Yeah, I recognize this puppy. Same animal. Except I'm the one who painted the one that we had at the farm. And it was a little more banged up than this, but pretty good condition. It didn't have the original engine. My mother's brother helped my great uncle put a different engine, I think it was a Chrysler engine from some car, into the thing because the engine they had when they got it didn't work. The rear tires were badly out of round, and when we had to get it on the highway to take it into town for parades, it would bounce up and down violently. Here's a Lamborghini tractor, 58 Lamborghini Super Tractor from Italy. 1950 International Harvester Farmall Cub. This would be, we had a red one of these on the farm, and it would be the first motorized vehicle I ever drove in junior high school. I couldn't start it because that one had to be hand cranked. It did not have a starter on it, or an electric starter. So somebody would have to start it for me, but I was entrusted to run it around a little bit. Didn't do any actual work with it. 1940 John Deere L. There's Alice Chalmers again without any other identification on it. Looks like a Harrier. That's what I'm looking for.